Hey, what's up everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and you're here for your free picks from the Italian Serie A on Sunday, March 12th. Five games, guys, going on in Italy in Serie A on Sunday. We have Juventus facing Sampdoria, we have Roma and Sassuolo facing off, and the first game of the day is actually going to be between Lecce and Torino. That is a 7:30 a.m. Eastern game, and I'm pretty sure that all of these games are going to have their own excitements going on because there is a lot to play both at the top of the table and at the bottom of the table. We do have a few more videos up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, guys, so check those out as well. Get the rest of your free picks, put some bets in, and let us help you win some money, guys. The first game, like I said, we have is between Lecce and Torino. Two teams that have been a bit sloppy as of late, especially Lecce, who is on a two-game losing streak. However, they do have a few positive results over the last few weeks. But like I said, now they are on a two-game losing streak during which they haven't scored a single goal, and that was against Sassuolo and against Inter last week. As far as Torino goes, they did get a win against Bologna last week, 1-0 at home. I was quite surprised that they kept a clean sheet in that one because Bologna has been playing really well. But then again, they lost to Juventus 4-2. Before that, they tied to Cremonese, and they have been quite inconsistent as of late. Torino is now in ninth place with 34 points. Lecce is in 15th with 27 points. And both of these sides are fairly far away from the relegation zone. But that doesn't mean they can relax and stop playing because the job is not done yet, and there is still a lot of games to be played this season. Both offensively and defensively, I would say that Torino is a bit better team here than Lecce is, but Lecce has been known this season to make those big teams pay and suffer a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be the case here, guys. I think that this is going to be a very hard game for both sides, but I do see Torino coming out on top simply because they are the better team in my opinion. I think that they are coached a little bit better, and I would say that overall they did have a little bit more consistency throughout the season. So I'm gonna go with Torino on the money line. It's actually plus 155. I'm not gonna go a whole unit on this or something like that. Half a unit, maybe even a bit less, but plus 155 price will definitely get us a nice win if Torino gets the win here. In the next matchup, guys, Cremonese will be hosting Fiorentina, and that is a 10 a.m. Eastern game. Cremonese is actually no longer at the bottom of the table. They're now in 19th place with 12 points, and the closest, safest spot out of the relegation zone is Spezia with 24 points, which is 12 points away from Cremonese. Now, does Cremonese has what it takes to get out of the relegation zone? If only it works that way, that if you win a few games, you get out of it. Now, the fact is that Cremonese needs the help from the other teams as well. They need help from Spezia or teams like Salernitana not to win their games. And on top of that, Cremonese has to win their games. They have to get points in order to get out of the relegation zone. With the way they have been playing this season, I simply don't see it happening. Cremonese has scored only 21 goals. They are the worst defensive team in the league with 46 conceded goals. And now they're facing this Fiorentina team, the team that hasn't lost any of their last 6 games, the team that has been averaging over 2 scored goals during this streak, and the team that's coming off of an impressive win against Milan last week, 2-1, and then again they have beaten Sivasspor in the Europa League, actually Conference League, 1-0. They kept a nice clean sheet. That's actually their second clean sheet in their last 3 games, and both offensively and defensively they're stepping up their game. They're playing well, they're creating chances, scoring goals, and they have never lost to Cremonese in the past. So minus 118 on Fiorentina on the money line, you bet I'm going to take it. I know that their schedule has been a little bit denser. They had a few more games played, and that's either going to help them keep their form up, or it could really hurt them a little bit. But I don't think that's going to be the case because simply the morale in Fiorentina right now is pretty high. Everything feels great, and they're finally competing. They finally look like like a competitive team, and for that reason, I'm siding with Fiorentina in this one. In the next matchup, guys, we have Verona hosting Monza, and this is a bit of a battle. Well, maybe not the battle at the bottom of the table because Monza is pretty high up in the standings in the 11th place, but Verona is in a bit of a pickle still. They are in the relegation zone in 18th place, and the safest spot for them outside the relegation zone is 4 points away from them. Actually, 6 points away from them, with Spezia in 17th place. Defensively, they weren't that bad this season. If you can say that conceding 37 goals is not bad, they are the best defensive team of all the bottom teams in Serie A. However, they have a very little offense. They are averaging less than a goal scored per game with 20 scored goals in 25 games, and overall, they haven't been that consistent this season. Also, Verona hasn't won any of their last 3 games. They have won only one of their last 6. While Monza on the other side is actually doing a very good job consistently. They have won 3 of their last 6 games. They have 1 draw during the same streak, and that's actually what kept them pretty high up in the table. If Verona has to do something, if Verona wants to do something this season, they will have to step up their game. They will have to start creating a little bit more in that attack again. But then when I look at the injury report, I see a bunch of players there that would probably be the starting lineup if they weren't injured. And can Verona get to the scoreboard? I think they can. I think they will. Can they get a positive result out of this game? Meh. I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest. So I'm going to stick to goals in this one. I'm going to take both teams to score -107. I simply don't see either side keeping a clean sheet here, especially Verona. And I think that's going to be 1-1, maybe 2-1 game for either side, if we are lucky, to be honest. And we have Roma and Sassuolo, guys, playing. That is probably the most interesting game in Serie A of the day. Both teams playing in a pretty good form, especially Roma, the team that's been doing a solid job. 4 wins in their last 5 games. They have been creating a little bit more chances. They're coming off of a nice win in the Europa League against Real Sociedad. They won that game 2-0. Before that, they have beaten Juventus last week in Serie A 1-0, which means that this is their 3rd clean sheet in 4 games. Actually, make that 4th in 5 games. And they have been doing quite an impressive job, if you ask me, both in Serie A and the Europa League as well. As far as Sassuolo goes, they also have a few wins over the last few weeks. They have won 4 of their last 6 games. And even without Berardi last week, they have beaten Cremonese 3-2. I think they scored a late goal, like 93rd minute or so, to get a win. But before that, they have beat Lecce 1-0 on the road. They tied 2 Udinese 2-2. They have beaten Atalanta 1-0. And we can see that this team has some life in them, that they are definitely capable of creating chances and scoring goals. They are staying a little bit more consistent right now than they have been throughout the entire season. That actually got them far away from the relegation zone. They're safe. They will be staying in Serie A for at least another season after this. But Roma has a lot more to play for in this game, to be honest. Roma is now in 4th place, which is the Champions League spot, but Milan is right behind them with 47th place, which is with 47 points, which is the same amount of points Roma has, and Atalanta is 5 points behind them. So, like I said, Roma has a lot more to lose here. I think that they will get on the scoreboard because Sassuolo's defense is not that good. But then again, I think that Sassuolo is definitely good enough right now to get on the scoreboard as well. And for that reason, guys, I'm taking both teams to score at over 2.5 goals. Plus 150. I cannot believe that we are getting such a good price on this. I guess the books are expecting a low-scoring game. However, I don't agree with that. I expect quite the open matchup, especially from Sassuolo, who I wouldn't be surprised if they get on the scoreboard first. So I'm going with both teams to score and over 2.5. And the final game of the day in the League One is going to be between Juventus and Sampdoria, guys. We can see that Sampdoria is actually plus 1,000 underdogs here, as they should be, because they are horrible this season. at the bottom of the table. Only 2 wins and only 11 scored goals so far this season. That is by far, I mean by a mile, the worst offensive team in the league. The closest team to Sampdoria by the amount of scoring goals is Verona with 20. That is still 9 goals more than Sampdoria has scored. Nothing is working out for the Sampdoria team this season. Absolutely nothing. They are struggling on both ends. They will be getting relegated. There's no signs of life in this team. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's nothing going on. They haven't won any of their last 10 games. While Juventus, when playing at home, hasn't lost to Sampdoria in their last 10 games. They have lost only once at home this season, and they're back on the winning track after beating Freiburg in that Europa League game they had going on earlier this week. I know that Juventus has lost to Roma in their last Serie A game. It was 1-0 on the road, but now they have to bounce back. They're playing against Sampdoria. They're playing against the weakest team in the league, and I think they will. So I'm going to take Juventus -1, -182. I'm being a bit careful here, to be honest. I think that Juventus will get a nice win comfortably. So I would push this to -1.5. Maybe even Juventus to win and over 2.5 goals. But then again, I might take Juventus -1 in the double with something else and just keep it the same like this and get a nice plus money for a double. But like I said, I'm pretty confident that Juventus is going to get a nice win here, and -1.5 is definitely another way to go here. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me here. These were free picks from the Italian Serie A that we have on Sunday. Check out the rest of the free picks up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. And of course, feel free to comment on any of those videos, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions you might have. That's it. Enjoy your day. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.